Hello guys.
The next video is taking a bit longer than expected.
Bruh.
So I have decided to take a break from it just to talk about everybody's favorite video game, Hunt Down the Freeman. This is actually not gonna be one of those Hunt Down the Freeman is bad videos. Everybody is pretty much aware of the fact that the release version of the game is extremely bad. It has been milked to death, even by myself. So instead of focusing on that version, we will take a look at the fixed version, aka the OWF build, which at some point was also called the Mesa build. For those unaware, there's a developer team that is trying to fix the game for free. They somehow got access to the Steam page of Hunt Down the Freeman, and now they can push as many updates for it as they want. And from what I have seen, updates are being pushed on almost a weekly basis, which is pretty commendable considering the fact that they are doing all of this in their own free time, for free. Now, obviously, completely fixing this game is an impossible task. The cutscenes cannot be remade or removed, which means the story unfortunately has to remain the same. What doesn't have to remain the same, however, is everything else. I do have to mention that my history with the developers of this build is not the best, for reasons that you can blame me for if you want to. About 3 years ago, I tried fixing Hunt Down the Freeman with my own ideas, and let's just say they were not big fans of my ideas. And honestly, watching that video today, it's pretty clear why. Most of the proposed fixes are completely ridiculous. And I was also asking for way too much from a team who is only doing this in their own free time. My main mistake was that instead of trying to show what was fixed, I talked about stuff that wasn't. And what makes this situation worse is that my videos were not voiced at the time, and the only way to explain my ideas was through text, meaning that these ideas could have been interpreted the wrong way. So, you know what? Let's forget about everything that has happened and let's just focus on the present. If you want to get access to this version of Hunt Down the Freeman, check out their Patreon. It only costs about $1 per month, and the money goes toward improving the current build or covering server costs. If you are already a Patreon, just connect your Discord account to Patreon, then link Patreon to your Steam account, and then after that, select Hunt Down the Freeman on Steam, go to Properties, Betas, and choose the OWF development build. And voila! The game is instantly about 100 times better than the default Steam version that everyone who still likes to hate on this game plays on. With that out of the way, before even pressing the play button, let's just take a moment to appreciate the game's size. It used to be like 3 or 4 times more than that just a couple of years ago. Honestly, big props to whoever cleaned up the big mess in the game files. Also, check this out. Achievements. 37 of them, and most of them are absolutely hilarious. Game sucks, I go to bed. No refund. Playing Hunt Down the Freeman at 3 AM, no clickbait. And this one, which is just given to you if you interact with Larry like 30 times. Very creative stuff. Then there's the new main menu, which is even more amazing. And fun fact, it changes based on where you are at in the campaign. This is all new. Even the chapter selection screen has a completely new look now. Not only that, but they have also implemented workshop support, and by the looks of it, mods are already being uploaded to it. Not only do these new additions make the game feel a lot more alive in a way, but this also shows that the team who is working on this will try doing everything necessary to turn this from one of the worst games of all time to a pretty enjoyable experience. The tutorial has also been completely changed. It's way easier to understand what to do now, and the new mechanics are being showed off way better. There's a new hint system which makes it way easier to understand what the goal is, meaning the new players will no longer get lost during the tutorial. If you have not noticed already, the weapons also look completely different. All of them have received new models, new sound effects, new crosshairs, and even new HUD elements. Whoever worked on this deserves a big round of applause. Especially the models. The models are just phenomenal in my opinion. The weapons also have recoil now, and well, the beefy sounds combined with that makes everything in the arsenal feel extremely satisfying to use. Another thing that has changed is the inventory system. It's like 10 times easier to change weapons now. Really good stuff. Besides that, the last thing that gets introduced in this tutorial is the night vision, which is really good now. It went from having an extremely bright color to now having a nice dark green texture, which makes everything look way better. Moving on to the campaign, what you will notice throughout the video is the insane visual changes. The color correction is completely different. It's way darker now, and this really gives the game a much better atmosphere. The way the NPCs react to the world and the bullets and the melee has also been majorly improved. Shooting enemies no longer feels like shooting bullet sponges. And take a look at this, a puzzle that requires the player to use the new parkour elements. Other than that, everything is just better. The atmosphere, the new areas, the new props, posters, the dead bodies placed around the maps, the flickering lights. These small details make a huge difference when put together. Oh, and by the way, G-Man no longer says Black Mesa.
I do have to admit, I'm impressed that you made it back alive from Black Mesa.
This hospital area that used to be a boring walking simulator has been replaced with an entirely new combat section that even has new voice acting and some scripted sequences here and there. It does not even feel like playing Hunt Down the Freeman anymore. The new team even went out of their way to add some new cutscenes, which is also pretty cool. Every single area in the entire game has been changed, with some maps like this one and this one being completely removed and replaced with other areas in other chapters of the game, like this entire new canals area which was made from scratch. I don't want to give you too many spoilers because I really want you to play this yourself, so please just go play this, it's really good. Of course, it's far from perfect. Matter of fact, my main issue with the first half of the new build is that there are way too many zombies. However, what is to appreciate is that the people who are working on this managed to take shit and turn it into gold. Some of the new additions made me speechless. A couple of years ago, I complained about this area not looking like it was destroyed by a strider. And look at it now! Holy shit! It took me about 3 hours to beat the entire game, and there were a total of 0 crashes. 0, yes. And this is Hunt Down the Freeman. 0 crashes. Please listen to that very carefully. It crashed 0 times. Some of the puzzles that were impossible to figure out, like this plug puzzle or this part where you have to find a way to turn off the mines, have been completely changed to take advantage of the new parkour and prone mechanics. All of the unfair moments that you can think of, like this part where a bunch of headcrab shells and hunters used to ambush you, or this part where 50 combine snipers were trying to kill you at the same time, have been completely changed or straight up removed. It's also possible to beat the entire campaign without using any cheats. Everything that was wrong with the original version has been completely changed. And that's pretty insane to think about, considering the fact that everything was wrong with Hunt Down the Freeman. When I saw this area, I just stopped breathing for a couple of seconds. How the hell did we go from this to this? And look at that shotgun model and that AR2 model. Everything looks extremely good. Everyone who is watching this video probably expected it to be some kind of joke, but it's not. Hunt Down the Freeman is actually pretty good now. Speaking of hunting down the Freeman, Gordon Freeman actually shows up in the game about 3 times. Yes, Gordon Freeman is in Hunt Down the Freeman. Check this out.
Freeman! You can't run away from me forever!
Jesus Christ, if that's how Freeman drives, I may not have to kill him after all.
The extremely long, boring tower defense section at the end has also been completely changed. Not only do you only have to fend off the combine for about 4 minutes instead of the original 15, but there is this extra part at the end where our helicopter gets ambushed by gunships, and now the goal is to defend it using a minigun, which just happens to be the exact same minigun from that extremely bad part of the game that had to be removed. This ending battle is probably one of my favorite parts in the entire campaign now. Now listen, I don't really plan on talking for an hour. My only goal here is to help you understand that this game has gotten a lot better over the years. So please, check out their Patreon, go pay like $1 and try this. It's obviously not gonna be a flawless experience. However, with some work, and this is gonna sound weird, but Hunt Down the Freeman has the potential to make the greatest comeback in gaming history. Yeah, 2025 is a weird year. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed and I will see you in the next one.